How's it going, guys? My name is Alex,
Good evening.
and welcome to an update video. Tomorrow we'll see a lot of new stuff. Allegedly 9 new legends added in the database. You just make sure that you log in every day for a chance deal, right? You get this one chance deal, and you get a preparation for 1 billion downloads campaign. And there is a special pack, as you guys all know. It contains Ronaldinho, Peruzzi, and Steven Gerrard. You cannot really see the contents of this pack. I'm almost certain that we are gonna be getting a selection chance deal. Apart from the chance deals, you're gonna be getting a selection. I missed out on one day, by the way, so don't make the same mistake as I did. And for the actual update, this is information that Konami just posted. They rolled an update yesterday, this exact update, for PCs accidentally, and within the files, people data mined info about Master League. During the passes the account, I made a separate video about that yesterday, but I'm gonna be covering that in the end, and Master League is a huge letdown. People expect it a lot. They removed cutscenes, used some AI slop for the images, and there's gonna be microtransaction as well as scheme within the mode. It's gonna be free to play, but at the end of the day, we don't really know if that's gonna be available for mobile. I doubt that, but that can happen, of course. I shared my thoughts on whether we're gonna be getting this Ronaldinho, Peruzzi, or a Steven Gerrard guaranteed. I think we will. This is only like on their official website. They're sharing info that you need to collect the free chance deals, and that's the only way you can get these cards. Yada yada yada. I mean, I don't really believe that. This is a huge milestone for Konami, 1 billion downloads. If all you get from that is 50 football coins, some random stuff, and a randomizer within the event where you can get a chance on getting Ronaldinho, but you're not getting him guaranteed, or you're not getting a selection contract, this is going to be a huge L for Konami, since it's already a little bit people getting frustrated with the game. And speaking of the update, so they accidentally released it, and they and they apologized for that. You're gonna be getting 30,000 GPs as a token of apology, but as a token of apology, we also got info about the Master League. And by the way, speaking of this Ronaldinho card, it is looking very nice. Now, it is pretty usable as a prolific winger. It's gonna be pretty rapid because of that dribbling, 90 speed and 90 acceleration. Gets 90 finishing, has phenomenal pass skill, so you can change the build for passing if you want. And this TVG is unfortunately not as overpowered, not as powerful as the low screamer one, but still is a decent card. Peruzzi, I wouldn't really be going there. I made a build for Peruzzi. Realistically, what you're getting is a pretty short goalkeeper, and the stats aren't really that amazing. And the idea is that there may be more players within the pack than you see on this screen. There could be like 10 legends within the pack. Konami may be way too generous, and they should, since it's a huge milestone. Now, I understand that everyone is so black-pilled about Konami, but I think that this is one thing that they shouldn't let down us with. And there is a lot of info from Amadeus on Master League as well. I'm gonna be covering that too, but during the pass, just concisely shared all the details. In the game's code, the developers call it the Master League event. And in fact, it is called something like a Master League Sprint version, right? Sprint meaning very fast, meaning that Konami doesn't really want you to spend time playing that, because even though there will be some monetization, right? You can buy some stuff with coins, like a recovery method of the vitality or challenge attempts. It recovers naturally over time, like it was with energy in past games. Do you remember that? But you can replenish that by purchasing with eFootball coins. But Konami still, even if they monetize that, right, and give it as a free-to-play mode initially, they just don't want you to play it, because look at how they massacred our boy. They don't use any of the animations and the new cutscenes they created between 2022 and 2023. There seem to be 5-6 new scenes, which may be just for the intro, and most will be in match. There seems to be no connection to the real calendar, no Champions League or Europa League, even as a fake events, no League Cup, no fictional league or club, no advanced management. And some feature it will include, like the idea is that they want to interweave that with the Dream Team somehow, so you may be just signing, like, I don't know, past player of the week cards, if that's possible. We will see that tomorrow. There's gonna be a special, I think, event unveiling that. Gain club supporters for rewards, predefined scenario and random injuries, lives system with integrated microtransactions to buy more synergy matches, And this is one of those AI-generated images that was generated. And by the way, if I was talking tomorrow, I meant Thursday. I thought Wednesday is today, man. I mean, I'm just confused a little bit. And this is the conclusion, right? I'm not going to spoil any more of that, of what is Master League will have to offer. You'll probably find out this Thursday. All I can say is that developers should be ashamed of using such an iconic name for this. They probably want nobody to play it, to be frank, so they can have an extra excuse. And people, of course, you can imagine the outrage and disappointment. This is where I'm not really a big fan of the leaks, though. Like, I think where like we can predict what's happening in this campaign, it's fair. But when it comes down to what Konami is offering us, and there's like some files and people are mining that, I'm not a big fan of that, right? As if I was a developer, I wouldn't be really happy. But at the same time, if Konami was like delivering us a good event, I mean, it would be a good PR, of course, anyway. But allegedly, it's not. Of course, you can sim matches, you can play the matches on your own, and you need to make sure that your team doesn't have like one center back, some weird formations that don't make sense, but you need to prioritize players that play in good form, manage player stamina, make substitutions, so on and so forth. Players will be a little bit spoiled. They may just say that they're fatigued. They have like homesickness. They don't want to play for you or like something like that. You need to like do some man management. I don't know how exactly it's going to be happening. They can get an injury. You can, of course, fix that injury with probably some special items that you can purchase with coins. And there are different scenarios which can happen in the game. And you need to, like, as if you're playing a Tamagotchi or something, you like need to babysit your team then. But realistically, the biggest downside for this is that it is an online mode, meaning that you're competing for the fans, right? You're like winning a game, you're performing well, you get more fans, and eventually there is like a leaderboard and you're competing with other people. For what you're competing exactly, we don't know, but the idea is that this looks like a very, very butchered version of what we expected to happen, and Konami is still has a chance to like maybe surprise us, but these leaks most likely will come to fruition. Also, allegedly there will be additional skills also released, with special skills like bullet header, long range tackle, thermal finishing, pass, and so on and so forth. So we will see that probably dropped one by one very soon. And speaking of the licenses, Konami is landing the Malaysian Super League, which, I mean, just goes to show that they promised that they're going to be landing more leagues, right? They promised that in their connected ones. But did you really expect them to land like Premier League or like German Bundesliga or whatever? I just don't know. But the amount of revenue they're making, I mean, I feel like they can afford doing something there. But if it's not happening, it's not happening. This is how the game will be. Like, it's almost April now. Like, there are leaks about FC27 and how it will be. And people are excited about some new games, like goals. And it looks like Konami is just dropping this Master League event that people, like, they promised that in 2022 and it's gonna be butchered down. This is how this game will be panning out forever. Like, there should be no expectations about this event that is going to be completely, I don't know, impressing everyone, and there is going to be an improvement with gameplay overall. And other than like new cards, Konami is going to be doing something like, I don't know, tweaks to gameplay, removing smart assist or something like that. Speaking of smart assist, by the way, you guys know that they are planning to create a filter this summer, but that filter is also like, I want to cover why it is not really a viable solution in a separate video, but at least it's something, and but it's not happening until summer. So that's all for the update. Version 4.5, version 5.4. But this could be a very underwhelming event. There can be some free coins, of course, again. There can be selection contract for Ronaldinho, Peruzzi, or Gerrard, or whoever you're gonna be picking in that pack if there's gonna be additional legends. And I'm pretty sure they should do that. But other than that, I think this update will again leave a bitter taste in our mouths. Let me know what you think about all the news. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next one. Peace.